All right, guys, we are live.
Amazing.
Okay, guys, so welcome to the channel and welcome to today's Talkshow podcast, episode 2. And for the new viewers that's just tuning in for the first time and don't know what this is all about, it's a small community that's gotten together and we play PES2020. And we are an online master league because I don't at least enjoy my club. So yeah, so just want to welcome obviously my co-host Kilbert. If you can just give a shout out there, Kilbert.
Yep, hi guys, pleasure to be here as always.
Yeah, and then of course we have two guest managers that's obviously part of the league as well. If you guys want to give a shout out.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. Manager of Betis.
And we got the other manager on the line. Is he there? Doesn't sound like it. Okay, cool. So first things up. We're just going to jump quickly. Obviously, the last podcast that we had, we had some outdated league tables, but this time we've obviously got the updated one. So, Kilbert, do you want to just run through the Division 1 table?
Yeah. $35 points. They've got 3 points more than second place, which is Vergest at Lazio and Immobile. Then you've got Vasco da Gama, the president's team. You've got the reigning Division 1 champion, Lazio with Benfica on 30, and then Southampton on 28 points. You've got Collis on 25, who's done magnificently well to get up there. And then as you go down, you've got Lille and Porto at the bottom fighting for survival.
Yeah, absolutely, and of course it's our transfer window as well. So we've obviously seen a good couple of transfers coming through within these teams. So we're just going to move over down to the goal scorers for the actual league itself in Division 1. Yeah, and as you can see there, after the latest updates, we've seen Batshuayi actually jump ahead of a couple of the big names there. So what do you guys think of that?
Yeah, so obviously you've got the main man Immobile at the top. You'd expect him to be there. There's a few other ones. Batshuayi is obviously pivotal to Boca Juniors' late resurgence towards the top of the league. He's a great player on his day. Benzema's there, 10th place, and obviously you've got the worst Martinez, as we decided yesterday at Leicester, 8th, and Lasagna, who Piaggio has, is in 7th place. So there's still quite a lot of great strikers in the league who aren't there. They'll be wanting to get into that top 10, but that's how it looks at the minute.
Yeah, absolutely, and I still don't see a Southampton player in there, but hopefully after the second part of the season we can maybe see a Southampton player. Of course, you did sell one or two of your players, so
I've obviously yesterday. We'll get onto that soon. So he's gone. I sold Danny Ings as well. So both my players have gone to both of the managers on here today. But it's given Shane Long a chance to get back into the fold of things. And I'm sure, as you saw in the friendlies, he's capable of banging a goal in. So I'm looking forward to seeing him towards the second half of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to move over to the Division 2, which I'll just spend a little bit of time there. We also have some other managers within the league. I'm not sure if they're willing to say something, Colbert, with regards to the league.
Yep, I'm sure we can have a look and see if the managers want to break it down.
Just struggling a little bit on my side here with a little bit of technicalities over here, but we'll get there.
No problem. Carl.
Yeah, so as you can see, the Division 2 standings after the latest results coming in. Of course, like I said earlier, we were a little bit outdated, but this one seems to be a little bit more relevant to as when the transfer window sort of turned over. And now, of course, we can see Zenit still right on top there. They haven't lost a game yet, scoring 42 goals and only conceding 11, which is the least amount so far at the halfway mark, which is pretty impressive.
Definitely. You can have the best attack in the world, but if your defence aren't willing to put a shift in and do their bit, then you're never going to get anywhere. So clearly Zenit have got a game plan where the attackers are doing their job, defenders are doing theirs fantastically well. That's why they haven't lost a game this season.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, they've got Barrios, which when I first joined the league, he was my first number one target when I approached the manager of Zenit. And I said, what's it willing to take to get Barros? And he's like, no, it's an absolute no-go. You will never sell him. So I think he's a vital key to that, to the no losses there. And of course, as we move down to the sort of mid table there, we got obviously River Plate 5, 6, and 7 there. They were all right at the top of the league table early on in the early rounds. I think about after 6 or 7 games, a couple of those teams were unbeaten. So they've moved down a little bit down the pecking order. And of course, my team, number 7, Villarreal, obviously, like we spoke the last time, picked up a little bit of form towards the end. And then, of course, we've got Lyon and Galatasaray and Monaco, which is, all sort of in and around that area, not far behind on the points section. And then, of course, we've got right at the bottom here, we've got the Flamingo and Batiste, which is obviously we got the managers on air with us today. So what are your guys feeling about the league so far?
Yeah, disappointing start, but hoping to come back to get out of relegation in the next few games.
Yeah, I'm not sure where Reese has gone. He was in the call, but I've just looked and he's not in. So I'm going to try and get him back in.
That's cool.
Hello, I'm back.
There he is. He just had a cup of tea quickly.
Sorry, I don't know what happened. I was sat there waiting to the chat and then it just cut me off completely.
All right, anyway, we got you back. So do you want to give us a little rundown or your thoughts about the league so far? Obviously, you're sitting only in 15th position, but we still got half a season to play.
Yeah, it's been a rough start, to say the least. Getting to grips with the game again after a year out or so of it completely. Yeah, there's very good players in here. I'm only really used to playing Elliot on a regular basis, and the rest are just complete unknown territory to me so far. I think Betty's might have taken over me now as well with a couple of draws and a win. So I may actually be sat 16th, not 15th.
Yeah, so what are your guys' thoughts? Well, I'll ask the Real Betis manager. What is your thoughts with regards to, obviously, Division 3 now being entering? In the beginning of the season, we didn't see Division 3, and now, of course, halfway through, the game plans kind of shifted, and now you've got to sort of fight for survival in a sense.
Yeah, I think it makes it more interesting. Obviously, there's a lot more at stake now. It's not just about kind of coming last or second last. We actually could drop down again. So hoping to get out of the bottom 2 over the next few games, pick up some form. Hopefully with the arrival of Ibra and Musa Keane, I can actually get a few more goals in the.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. I think that's going to be a big thing. Obviously, with the transfers, we'll definitely jump into it a bit later. But I think both of you guys have made some incredible transfers, and we're happy to have you guys on the show so that you can just sort of give your thoughts and explain a little bit about that. I'm sure some of the other managers around the league are keen to hear that. So, yeah, exciting stuff.
Yeah. It's just out of interest, Dylan, what are your thoughts on Villarreal? Are you expecting to have a late push towards getting promotion to Division 1, or are you happy in mid-table?
At the moment, after reassessing the whole sort of league, because I was unbeaten for 6 games, and then went on about a 6 or 7 losing streak or a couple of draws or whatever. But my expectations was obviously definitely get promoted. But I'm actually more comfortable in sort of rebuilding the squad a little bit. Myself, I've made about 12 signings as well, so in this window alone. So I am in the phase of sort of getting to grips with the team, and maybe I had my head a bit too high in the beginning, and I feel I'm pretty happy to stay in this division and then get another good season under my belt, and then sort of really push for next season. So I'm pretty happy to stay in this division, find my feet a little bit, find what works for me. I still mentioned to you this afternoon when we played a game. Still trying to find my feet exactly what formation and things that are working for me. So yeah, definitely I would like to see mid-table, of course, close to the playoffs. If I make playoffs, that's a bonus. I'll still obviously push through to go to Division 1, but I don't know if my squad is quite capable of some of the likes that are in Division 1. So yeah, it's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to the second half with all my new players.
Amazing. I'm sure everybody else is. I'm just looking at the table. Tonight's game features Nottingham Forest. They look a dangerous side, third in the league. They've won 9 games out of 15, and drawn 4. So they're unbeaten 13 games out of 15.
Wow.
So well, obviously Lille in Division 1, great team as well. So it's going to be a good push tonight.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that because I actually haven't played against Lille myself and I haven't seen him play at all. So I'm very much looking forward to that game. And I know what Nottingham Forest is capable of. So I'm very, very excited for that game.
Yeah. Shall we move on to the next part of the show?
Yeah, that's it. So we're just going to bring up a couple of the main sort of transfers for the league that's happened sort of in the last day or so. My Discord is just acting a little bit slow here, but we'll bear with me. We are getting there. So is there any transfers that sort of stood out for you today, Kulbert, as I bring that up?
I haven't had a chance to look at the ones today, if I'm honest. I've been a bit busy doing stuff for this, but ones yesterday, obviously Ibrahimovic left Southampton. He's gone to fellow manager, Free-Child Eagle at Betis. That's a big one. There was quite a lot of money on... I forgot his name now. President got him in the auction. Completely forgot.
Oh, yes, Musa, yeah.
Yeah, Ross Barkley in midfield. That one was a good deal. I know Peugeot's trying to sell Muriel to every man and his dog.
Oh, he has sold him now.
They sold him?
Yeah, he sold him to Kamsa today for 40 million.
Wow. Let's see if we can bang the goals in for Wolves. That'll be an interesting one. And obviously, I know that Flamengo and Betis have done quite a lot of transfer business. Myself getting Ginter in the £80 million, that's a big one. It's quite a lot, to be honest. It's really took me back how many bids and how many signings have been in this window. I thought mid-season it'll be a couple in and out as normal, but obviously Division 3 started and it's just gone hectic, mental.
Yeah, that's it. So as we can see on the screen here, I've just brought up a couple of the transfers that we've seen today. So if anything catches your eye, guys, just stop me there and then we can sort of chat a little bit about it. But as we can see here, we saw a couple of early deals going through early this morning, where Bournemouth sold their second choice goalkeeper going to West Ham.
Yeah, £5 million for a 76 rated goalkeeper. That's the kind of deal that you'd need, Dylan, watching your goalkeeper today.
Oh man, I'm so over my goalkeeping situation. I'm hoping I can sort of sort that out tonight after the stream and all the matches and things. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, we just moved down to a couple of the confirmed auction bids from I believe it was from last night, where we as you can see on the screen there, a good couple of ones coming through. The one that obviously stands out the most here is Reece James. Only I think he's valued at 10 million, and he got a staggering bid there for 30 million going also to West Ham. So West Ham definitely sprucing up their defense and their backup situations.
Yeah, he doesn't have very far to travel, to be fair. He's only going from one side of London to the other. Leaving Chelsea to West Ham. £30 million is a lot of money, but he's 77 rated, starting for Chelsea, probably start for England. Obviously England have got Alexander-Arnold as well, but he will get an England cap, no doubt, and his value will rocket up, so 30 million is good money.
Yeah, absolutely. And then of course we see the next one there, Schalke bringing in probably the biggest transfer of the window, or probably the century, of Lord Bentner moving there for £2.1 million.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the 0.1's about. It might have been the difference between 2 million and 2.1. But yeah, Lord Bentner, what can you say about the guy? He's a god. He's like a poor man's Ibrahimovic. He's got the ego of Ibrahimovic, but he doesn't have the talent.
Yeah, and of course, it's good to see we've got Reese on the line here as well, and he's gotten over quite a massive centre back here with Hermoso, 81 rated, and he smashed him in for £50 million, which is quite impressive.
What can I say? Needed strength. He didn't too many from getting caught through middle. Not enough space there, to be honest with you. That was the main issue. Speedy strikers every time, just through middle, 90th minute, goal.
Yeah, well, he's one of the quickest defenders in the league, so I'm sure he's going to give you some real benefit there. So, yeah.
I hope so for 50 mil.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Interesting story, guys. If I didn't win the Ginter bid, I'd gone for 80 mil. If someone else picked me to it, I was going in for the most. So obviously, it could have even gone for even more. Could have been a 60, 70 million pound one. But obviously, I got Ginter, so I couldn't afford both.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Even the Ginter deal was also massive. Yeah, so we're going into the next one here. I don't know, either money well spent or overspent here from Shaka Zulu for Seville. He's selling Marcus Thuram for I believe it's £61 million, and he's added a player going in the opposite direction. So that's also a pretty impressive deal there from Shaka Zulu. One of the highest transfer bids this window.
Yeah, £61 million. I actually looked on Turdham's page on Pro Evo, obviously making him move on the screen, and he doesn't even have a real face yet, which is crazy. You'd think a player that's been signed for 61 million, he must have something about him. For him to not have a face yet, it's crazy. So I'm sure.
Let's just hope he doesn't have the Konami boots on, because then it's an absolute disgrace. Anyway, yeah, so we move over to, of course, Peugeot. We know him with all his speedy men in the team. He's signed another striker there, so he's going to be absolutely deadly there in Division 1 with his speed. Those fast centre backs are going to get a handful on for them, and he signs for 35 million. Then of course we've got the big versatile defender, or midfielder should I say, signs for Nottingham Forest. We might even see him tonight, sort of making his professional or official debut, if you want to call it, and he signs for 62 million, which is absolutely crazy, because I was also in for him, but it looks like he's been sold.
Yeah, I was also in for him myself. I thought maybe 30-40 million, but as soon as it went past that, I didn't have that kind of money. But we looked at last night. He's got all the attributes for a top mid. It'll be good to see him tonight, and it'll be good to see the two Lille signings as well.
Yes.
And the other midfielder, I forgot his name.
Yeah, anyway, so we're moving on to, of course, we mentioned the earlier one, the Ross Barkley one earlier, and then we know about your Ginter, the big ones. And then, of course, we see there was a little bit of scandal here with with Dennis Arake. I think he made up his mind now where he's going. He obviously landed in one spot and then had to move to the other spot and then sort of back in the opposite direction. So that was kind of a weird one, but I'm glad that one's sorted out.
Yeah, unfortunately he got to Getafe, and then was it Getafe he went to? Sorry. Yes. So
Yeah,
he got to Getafe, and the Spanish authorities tested him, and he had coronavirus. Said no go. He had to leave the country, unfortunately. Shall we move on to the next part? I'm just a bit conscious. No, the 20:08 now. We've still got 2 games.
Perfect. Sounds good.
Unless you've got the slides that James sent as well.
I'm just going to bring up the ones from your side. For some reason my Discord's very slow, but we're getting there, making progress. And yeah, so I'm going to hand this over to you, James, and you can just run through it, if you're happy to do that.
James.
Sorry, Elliot. Sorry.
Sorry, I was just a bit confused. Yeah, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. So, guys, we've got obviously the PES2020 League talk show. There's myself, Dylan, and we're doing this as per normal. And then we've got 2 guests, Flamengo manager Reese and the Betis manager Free Child Ego. So, do you want to go to the next slide?
Yeah, I'm on my way with that.
I know there's a bit of a delay.
Yeah, it's super.
I did have to set up the actual slideshow for you all, but it wouldn't send, so it's just unfortunately. Yeah, so obviously tonight we've got live games. It says 8 PM. It's going to be more like 8:30. We've got Lille versus Nottingham Forest at Lille's ground, and then we're going to take a 10-minute break so you can get a drink, get refreshed after the action, and then it'll be around 9 o'clock. We'll have the second leg, which will be at the City Ground in Nottingham. Nottingham Forest versus Lille. Might have extra time in that, depending on away goals, Dylan, and penalties, which would be fantastic if we do.
Yeah,
you can bid on both.
You still there, Elliot?
Season. Yeah, I'm still here, mate. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, it's breaking up a little bit, but that's fine. We got you back now.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, obviously, there's 2 games for you to bet on: the scorers, the result, and the winners. So, obviously, if you're a bit low on transfer funds, just watch these games, chill out, have a beer, whatever, watch the games, and try and win some transfer funds. If you want to know who the first goal scorer is, if you want to just go to the next slide, though.
Cool. Just trying to find the correct one here. Did we go to the squads there? That's it.
Yeah, that's the one. Just hope it shows up properly so you can see the players.
Yeah, I'm going to try and make it a bit bigger now for us. Come on. Not happening, eh?
Is it not letting you zoom in?
It won't let me zoom in on the screenshot. Yeah. I'm trying my best here.
What if you press control and move your mouse up or that way?
That's what I'm doing. It doesn't seem to be working. Good old-fashioned zoom there. Anyways.
Yeah. Post them pictures into the main lobby so everyone can see the squads, so they know who they can bet on for the first goals.
Yeah, I'm trying one last move here just to see if it will open up. Yeah, so do you want to just explain sort of how it works, or have we been through that already?
How the goal scoring works?
Yeah.
You want? Yeah. Okay. So obviously, they're both going to be Lille and Nottingham Forest. You can bet on the first goal scorer, and if you get that right, you win prize money. You win £2 million for both games, so that's £4 million if you get them both right. The correct scoreline, so if you say 2-1 and it's 2-1, then that's right. Doesn't matter which team wins 2-1. That's another £2 million. So obviously that's £4 million you can win just on scoreline. And if you're feeling really good, you can get the result as well. You only get $500,000 for it, but if you get it right twice, just by saying Lille are going to win, then that's an extra $1 million. So in total, Dylan, there's £9 million you can win tonight just for getting the correct score. And then by viewing it, you get $500,000, just short of $10 million just for watching.
Are you still there, Elliot? We've just sort of lost you there for a second.
Yeah, I'm still here, mate.
Yeah, for some reason the audio keeps dropping, but hopefully we can get you a bit more stable there.
James has actually said that when you bet on the score, you do need the correct team, actually, so apologies on that one.
Okay, good.
But still, £9.5 million if you get it all right.
Okay, I'm struggling a little bit here with the images here a little bit, but maybe we can just sort of talk them through. I'm not sure how it looks on your side there, Gilbert. But yeah, so we sort of moving to the Real Betis signings, if that's all right with you, Gilbert.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. We can't really see what it says on the screen, if I'm honest, but
yeah,
I've the actual PowerPoint, so I can always just look at it.
I'm sure
the manager
Yeah, that's it. I think let's just sort of talk about it. I can also see it on my side. Yeah, unfortunately, we can't get it for you guys on the viewers on the stream. We'll obviously work on that one for the next episode. But yeah, so just starting off, we've got Real Betis, all their signings. I think Elliot, you just want to sort of go through your scene there.
Yeah, so I'll speak to Free Charlie Go now, if you're still there, mate.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Right, yeah, so obviously you sent me that message earlier with your incomings and outgoings. Just a quick chat on, you've had quite a busy mid-transfer window, haven't you? Quite a few ins and outs here. So,
yeah, the focus obviously, as you can see, is the forwards. I was trying to bring in a good few new forwards into the team.
Yeah, well, obviously your first deal was Bruno, 78 rated, for Javi Garcia. So is that Bruno coming into your team, take it?
Yeah, Bruno's coming in.
Yeah, straight swap for Garcia then?
Yeah.
Yeah, and how's he playing? So have you had him in your team yet?
Not yet. To be honest, he's probably just going to be a squad filler. That was more just a kind of a swap. Kind of like type thing.
Yeah. And then
I haven't got a chance to see him yet.
Then you've got Ontiveros, 78. And obviously you spent £5 million and traded Borgia in as well. Where do you see him in your plans?
Yeah. Again, probably just making up the numbers. I was trying to get rid of Borgia because I'm going to bring in the new guys like Ibra, Musaki. And to be honest, Borgia was kind of just sitting on the bench most of the games. Like a decent forward, he just was lacking pace.
Yeah. Most forwards in this league are all fast, aren't they? Most players like a fast forward, so if you don't have one, you sort of feel a little bit left out. Which, definitely. So you didn't spend £80 million, you got £80 million. You gave Fekir to Inter Milan, Piaggio, for £80 million.
Mm-hmm.
Quite a big player to miss. Do you feel like you're going to miss him, or...?
He's talented. He obviously, the issue with me was the lack of pace again, and I have Marco Reus in that position too, who I feel can do the job once Fekir leaves. Fekir kind of tires in the second half a lot as well, and it was a big issue. It was hard to see games out because he was often just jogging around the pitch.
That's the thing. It's the same with me. Obviously, we signed Ibra then. We spent 72 of that 80 million on Ibrahimovic. Obviously, no introduction. Everyone knows who Ibrahimovic is. 85 rated. Are you happy that you got him?
Yeah, I just want to get like a proven goal scorer. The plan is to put him up top with Milic and a bit of power, and then have Musakine kind of just coming off them. I have the pace on the wings anyway with some new signings as well. So the hope anyway that Ibra will score.
Definitely. Obviously, I've had him for a season and a half, and he does score goals 100%. If he shoots 9 times out of 10, it's going to go in or will.
Yeah.
He's very strong. He's not the fastest, but you know he's the fastest. 38 years of age, but he's still 85 rated, which is crazy, really. Not many people are like that.
He's a bit of a relic.
Yeah, and I like fast forwards, and unfortunately, he was coming off the bench quite 60 minutes in, and to be honest, I felt like he'd be better used somewhere else, someone who actually wants him to start for them. So it's a nice bit of business for us both there.
Yeah, definitely.
Just don't let him drag you to the strip clubs like he did for me. And then we go to Van Aanholt, out for £22 million. Is this the Van Aanholt that was in the league twice this week in Crystal Palace?
Yeah, that's his parent club, so
yeah,
I presume so.
I think that got resolved in it. He went out for 22 million, and then you got rid of Emerson as well for 20 million.
Yeah.
And then you brought in Keane from Everton for 30 million, which is a nice little fee for him. Obviously, he played for Juventus before he moved to Everton in real life, and he looked like a prospect. So, are you going to be starting him in your team? Or?
Yeah, the plan is to put him up top as well. We're just going to put everyone up top and hope that we score goals from now on. Hopefully that Mr. Keane can do it.
Definitely. And then obviously we're talking about pace. You got swapped Kovacic for St. Maxim from Newcastle, and he is literally the definition of pace. Speed demon.
Yeah, definitely. And every time I come up against him, like when I play Bill, he's a player that, like you said, is pretty fast. So the hope is that he can be on the wing from now on.
Yeah.
Pace.
Centre of gravity as well is ridiculous. So he'll be bending in and out of defenders using his pace. He's going to be a dangerous one for this league now. And then you got Diaby from Inter for 26 million.
Mm-hmm.
Again
with the pace. Yeah, probably will come in and out of the team. The hope is that him and Max on the wings can help us out.
And then finally, you sold Brahimi for 20 mil. So
yeah, Brahimi was a bit of a disappointment to see him go. He's decent now, decent dribbler, good balance. Just hoping that the pace of the new guys will make up for that, because Brahimi wasn't the fastest player.
Yeah. And then I've just had a look now. So you've actually made money this transfer window, which is, I'm sure, is good for yourself. Am I right in thinking that you've made money? You've spent 5 million on Ontiveros. You sold Fekir, so you were 75 million up. Bought Ibra, so you were 3 million up. And then 42 million for Van Out and Emerson, so you're 45 million up. You bought Keane for 30, so that's 15 million. Diaby makes you 11 million down, and you sold Brahimi, so you're 9 million pounds up, by my reckoning.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a great.
Yeah, we were. There was concerns about leaking too much money. We were going to get audited, so had to start selling people, shipping people out. The one annoying one is probably Van Arnold. He was a decent player now, really fast on the wing.
Yeah,
he'll be hard to replace. But apart from that, happy with the business, especially with the strikers.
So yeah, it looks like you got your squad ready for the big survival fight, the second half of the season, which brings us on nicely to the Flamengo manager, who's now bottom of the league. We found out. Are you there, Reece?
Yeah, I'm here. How are we doing?
Good, mate. Good. So just heard, obviously, your relegation rival, the Batiste manager, talking about his signing, his bit of business. You've done quite a lot of business, haven't you? You've done probably twice as much as him, and you've done quite a lot.
Yeah, 14 players in, 14 players. A couple of swap deals in there, a couple of auctions, a couple of just released because no one wanted them. So yeah, it's been a busy transfer window for myself.
Definitely. I know, obviously, you started the season with Flamengo. You didn't have a choice because obviously you replaced another manager. And I know you straight away told me you weren't really keen on the Flamengo squad. You didn't really like playing Rashford up. So, you've done something about it.
Yeah, I've got in a couple of forward players. Diogo Jota's come in late on for a swap deal yesterday where I got rid of Weigl, who was a backup defensive midfielder. Chukwueze from Villarreal for 12 million, which I was very happy about. Also got Danny Ings, a different kind of striker from yourself. And I got Joaquin Correa as well, also from Inter Milan. So me and Peugeot did a bit of business there.
Yeah, I'm just looking down the list. I'm sure other people can't see it due to the pictures, but you've got Phil Foden, £20 million from Aberdeen. That's a snippet, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm very happy with that. I tried getting him on deadline day last transfer window because it was the only day I had, and just priced me out of the market at 35 mil for him. So got to get him at 20 this time.
Yeah, and then obviously you've got a goalkeeper in Ramsdale from Bournemouth. Is he going to be the starting goalkeeper or second?
I've got Trapp still at the moment. He's hanging about. Brought Ramsdale in mainly for his potential next year because he started for Bournemouth. Well, he was before obviously everything kicked off. So I'm hoping that he will rock it up. He's only 22. The main issue was flipping age around with my team. It was quite an old team that I had. Like, for instance, I've still got a 34-year-old in there who I'm trying to get rid of at the moment. For the right price, obviously. But I flipped age round now, so that the average age of the team's only 24. So one for the future, hopefully.
Definitely. Renato Sanchez is one that definitely stands out to me in a swap deal for George Costa. Who did you send the other way?
Yeah, it was a bit of a double swap deal. So it was I got Renato Sanchez and also I got Renzo Saravia, the right back, and I sent the other way Pablo Mari, my centre back, who was starting for me at the time, and also 30 million.
Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of money in there. Ben White is an interesting one. You got him, use the low-rated agency deal for that one.
Yeah, another one is currently on loan at Leeds. Outstanding season at Leeds for us. Obviously, I'm a Leeds fan myself, as you know, so I've seen quite a bit of him. He's looked a class apart, and I think he'll be somewhere big next year. And I think, once again, there's another one for the future that might jump up a couple of ratings minimum next year.
You've got a plan ahead, haven't you, for the future, like you said?
Yeah, it's Division 3 next year. That's my plan for the future.
Not there yet. Obviously, you've got Danny Ings from myself, 20 million rated. You got him 5 million, which is probably mates rates, but we won't. Shrewd bit of business.
I don't have a hard line, clearly.
I'm just happy to see him, hopefully plays every game for you, more or less every game, which is what I think.
Like I say, he's a different sort of striker for me, so that's why I've got him in.
We spoke about Amoso as well. At the back, his pace is going to be pivotal. I know you don't like the through balls again.
No matter how deep I sit, they seem to get caught out.
And obviously, Diego Jota, left wing forward from Wolves.
Yeah, it's another one. I was very happy that he was that Benfica were happy to say just a straight swap. I thought I'd have to give a bit of money to get him out of there as well, but he seemed very happy to give me him. So
yeah, and then I'm just looking at your departures now. I won't go through them all because I'll be here all day. But you said Pablo Mari. You got rid of Rafinha, you released him. Rodolfo, you released him. You've Everton Ribeiro is a very good deal for you, £40 million.
Yes, and I received centre back in Paulo Diaz from River Plate. We seem to have quite a connection to me and the River Plate manager in terms of transfers at the moment. We've made a few deals between ourselves. Funny enough, he was actually the team that I quit against for a short while.
Oh yeah. I remember the
infamous own goal where my keeper ran the wrong way for it. But we've mellowed out since then. So. But yeah, we're happy with the Everton Ribeiro selling. Sorry, he just didn't seem to fit. Every game I'll bring him off at half time because he were either just not doing what I needed him to. Like he was getting tired. His stamina wasn't good enough to get up and back all game like I wanted him to. So I brought in some younger legs to go there.
Yeah, of course. And obviously Felipe Luis is a player that you're trying to offload as well. Surprised nobody's come in from yet.
Yeah, I had a couple of an interest yesterday, but it just wasn't. Obviously, at the time, I was going in for Reece James, but unfortunately didn't get him. But I am still looking to offload the 82 rated centre back, left back at the moment, who can play left mid. Contrary to popular belief, he can play left midfield. So, guys, he can attack as well.
There you go. He's a well-experienced, versatile left wing back, if you want to call it that. Come on, guys, he's for sale. If you need to bump in position, Reece is listening to offers. So, on your photo here, you've put net profit minus 42.5 million. Is that right?
Yeah. I've lost quite a bit. Well, not lost. I've overhauled the squad. Obviously, quite a few of the players that were dealt with were just released, like your Rodrigo Calves, your Rodinei, who was Rafinha, Rodolfo. So it wasn't really there was no money coming in for them, but every player that I bought basically there was money coming in for. Like you can see, Renzo Saravia is technically 30 million, Foden 20, Mehmet Selik was 17.5.
Yeah.
So there's just money gone out a lot. Mario Hermoso last night was the big one that tipped me over. I was in profit until I got him, but I'm very happy to get him in. So
to be fair, you got £50 million just for joining the league, and you spent 40.5 of it. That's the way I look at it. And what I did notice as well is you've got a South American team, and you've got rid of half of the squad, and you brought in a lot of European players. Is that just because you know them better?
Yeah, pretty much. It's just because I don't know much about the South American leagues, so like I can't know how they're going to progress, how they're going to do in real life as well. So I can keep. Whereas people like Phil Foden, Ronaldo Sanchez's, Ben White's, even down to people like your Hermosos in like German and French leagues and stuff like that, I can keep an eye on them better. So
Yeah, makes perfect sense. And how confident are you that you can get the job done, staying up wise?
it's going to be a tough one, like I say. This has really been a learning experience on me. These first 15 games in the league, they come thick and fast, and if you get into a bad run of form, then you're done for. Like, because you're trying things that you shouldn't be trying, changing your style of play to try. You get caught out too many times. Like, I ended up with a centre back up front of a day, which I've never done before, like trying to get a goal. So, and all that happened where I got caught out, and they scored a second against me. So it's a learning curve. Like I say, if I go down, then, which I think at the moment is the most likely case, just got to take it as it comes, bounce back, keep out of this team, make sure I don't go full panic mode and sell everyone again. Like,
exactly, that's it. You've got your team now. You've made it your own. So if you don't have a bad second half of the season and you do go down, at least you'll be prepared and ready for the second season.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Getting prepared for it if it does happen.
Yeah, brilliant. And what's your thoughts on tonight's game, Lille and Forest?
Oh, it should be a good one. I think Lille might have the slight edge, just with the forwards that they have. But Zapata up front for Nottingham Forest, if he's still there, must be a scary prospect.
Yeah, I think he still is. Obviously, we're going to see the debut of Jamie Forrest as well. I know you were after him. 90 pace, I just think ridiculous.
Yeah, he's going to be a quick one on wing, that lad.
Yeah. So, anyway, we'll wrap that one up there. Dylan, are you still there?
Yeah, still here.
Yeah, we'll wrap that one up then, because we're way over the time that we said we were going to be. Maybe 20 minutes was a little bit kind. So if you want to carry on with the rest of the show.
Oh, sorry. Elliot, you're going to have to just maybe repeat that. It just broke up again a little bit.
Sorry, mate. Yeah, so obviously we've interviewed the managers now, so if you want to just carry on with the rest, whatever you've left to do.
It's a little bit soft again there, but anyways, so I managed to sort of bring up the squads here again that we spoke about earlier. It was a little bit small on the font, so I'm just going to quickly bring it up for the guys that haven't seen it yet. We will post this image in the main lobby as well, where everyone can just sort of take their bets, or even on the notice board, everyone can sort of see the players and take their bets on who they think will score first, like Elliot Kilbert mentioned a little bit earlier. And then like Elliot said, we sort of run over the time here, and we'll be getting into our two big matches. Of course, it's the one match first, and then we'll change over to the other one, the first and second leg. But it is a semi-final game. What do you think of that, Elliot?
Yeah, it's going to be a massive tie. Obviously, tomorrow yourself is playing in the semi-final, Villarreal against Lazio. So I'm sure you'll be feeling the nerves this time tomorrow, which obviously that's what the Lille and Nottingham Forest manager will be feeling right now. They'll both want to take this chance. Obviously, they both want to get to the final. They know they're going to be being watched as well, which isn't going to help. But I'm hoping that they can both play the way that they normally play. Don't let any of this affect them. Looking at the squads now, they've got quite a lot of attackers who can change the game. What's your thoughts on the first goal scorer, just out of interest?
Like I said earlier, I don't really know the Lille team that much. But I will probably go if Zapata's on a blue arrow, or maybe even a green arrow. He's always stands a good chance to see the big man up top, and of course he's not only big but he's extremely fast. So my bet's going for Zapata for Nottingham. Yeah.
Just looking at the teams now, they'll have Benzema. They've got Bamba as well, which obviously plays for Lille in real life. Forrest is making his debut. You've got Alexander-Arnold, who can cross the ball perfectly. And then obviously we look at Nottingham Forest, and they've got Son at Tottenham Hotspur. He bangs goals in left, right and centre. So I think I'm going to go with Son.
Yeah, he's always a threat up top there with his speed, and of course his weak foot as well is extremely strong. So anything can happen in this tie.
Yeah, definitely. In the first leg, away goals count. It's going to be is it Lille playing at home first? So if Forest can get a couple of goals on the break, that'll put them in good stead for the second leg. Obviously with the away goals.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so I think that sort of brings the show to an end, guys. We've been well over our time limit, but I think it's been a good one. And please leave us a couple of comments in below and let us know what you guys think of the show. If there's anything we can improve on, anything that's a little bit unsure, unclear, any feedback will be much appreciated. Of course, it's myself and Elliot's second time that we're doing this. We really do enjoy doing it, and hopefully we can bring you guys the sort of talk show on a weekly basis, which we both enjoy thoroughly. So yeah, we'll share the next link probably in about 10 minutes time. I can post it on my social media for the match. I'll be on at Gingerbeardman72 on Twitter, and then as well as Instagram, Facebook page as well. So if you guys are not part of the league and things, and you are neutral and you guys want to tune in, just join, or sort of look on the other social media panels that I do have as Gingerbeard Man. So yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in again, and hope you enjoy the game.
Can I
And
just say one
yeah,
quick thing,
absolutely,
Dylan?
of
Sorry.
course. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, mate. So obviously today, Cam's is going to take my spot on the commentary. So it's going to be Dylan, as always, running the commentary, and it'll be Kamza doing the summarising. That gives me a chance to get the auction draw ready. So I'll be doing the auction draw after the second game, after we spoke to the managers, and I'll post a link then to the auction draw so you can see if you've got your favourite players. And then tomorrow, it's going to be me and James, El President, will be doing the commentary on Dylan, our very own commentator, versus Lazio in the second semi-final. So that's all from me.
Yeah, and of course, thanks to the two managers, the guest managers that's joined us on this show. Hopefully, we can get alternating managers in the future.
Still on, Dylan?
Hello, can you guys hear me?
I can hear you now, yeah. You went off for a minute.
Oh, really? It's my turn to go off.
Yeah. I was just saying, obviously, about the commentary tonight and the auction show and obviously how it's going to work tomorrow.
Okay.
And I know sometimes things don't look as smooth as we'd like when we're showing it, but this is our second show, so we've had about an hour and a half to get all this together. So we're going to put a lot more time and effort into it, out with Dylan. If we can just do it once a week after the transfer window, we'll be able to give these guys a really good show, which they deserve, because they're all fantastic.
Yeah, that's it. Cool, guys. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll share the link for the semi-final match.
Right. See you soon, guys.
Cheers. Bye.